Fantastic to have you on the News Hour. There appears to be now a US-friendly government in Baghdad. What do you expect to come out of the talks between the US and Iraq? And what are America's objectives at this juncture?
Well, the first session of the strategic dialogue has been completed. We'll have another session tomorrow to try to complete the entire agenda that has been laid out between the two countries. The two key issues are, on the part of the Americans, the protection of American diplomats, American facilities, and American soldiers while operating inside of Iraq. And on the Iraqi side, of course, they want to talk about continued troop presence. Now, it's important to understand that the State Department, the Secretary of State himself, has said for quite some time we're willing to redesign the force structure that we have over there to accommodate what is needed most by the Iraqis in their fight against ISIS. From what I'm hearing, those issues came up today. They haven't been completely resolved to both sides' satisfaction, but that's what you typically expect in these kinds of dialogue.
Okay. And many analysts say that despite the US killing of Iran's General Qasem Soleimani in January, Iranian influence in Iraq has not been eroded. Would you agree?
Well, I think it's been a bit diminished. It certainly hasn't been eroded. It never will be eliminated. I think people need to understand that there's a border between the two countries that has been there for thousands of years. The geography will not change. The religious tourism that goes on both sides of the border means that there will be a constant interchange of Iranian civilians and Iraqi civilians in each other's countries. We are not looking for that influence to be eliminated. We just want to make sure that the interference that Iran has inside of Iraq is eliminated.
And what do you expect from the new Prime Minister Mustafa Kadhimi to achieve, and how will he be different from previous prime ministers?
Well, he's well respected by both the Iranians and the United States. He perhaps may not be as strong as former prime ministers, but he seems to be somebody that listens to all sides of the argument before making a decision. It's clear that the Iranians want him to do well. It's clear the Americans want him to do well. But his immediate issues have nothing to do with the strategic dialogue and everything to do with the COVID crisis that they're having inside of the country and the financial crisis that they're having inside the country. So I think he needs to tackle COVID and finances before he pushes too hard on the specific issues of U.S.-Iraqi relationships.
And after he tackles those issues, how do you see him on the influence of Iran?
Well, I think he, like me, sees that Iran will have influence, but as previous prime minister said, is we don't mind if they have influence. We just don't want them interfering in sovereign issues of the Iraqi government or the Iraqi state. So I think if he can moderate the influence of candidly all outside nations and restore the full sovereignty and strength of Iraq as a nation at peace inside its country and with its neighbors, that would be the success that he is trying to achieve.
Mark Kimmitt, really appreciate your time. Thanks so much.